Good morning, friends. How are you feeling today? Please let me know in the comments in a word, in a comment, in a phrase, a sentence, an emoji. How are you doing? I want to know. I'm here to talk really briefly about unresolved stress and unresolved trauma. Every single one of us is dealing with stress and trauma that our ancestors never had to deal with before. Our modern society is just, bombarded, right? And when a traumatic event like the terrorism that happened in New Zealand, when something like that happens, it's almost like a wave of trauma is just spread across the globe from that space, right? It's like, even if you've never even been there, even if you don't know anyone there, it feels just deeper than a heartbreak. It is like an attack on our very soul, on our very humanity. This to me makes it so apparent how interconnected we really are. We are we are all connected. So what you do to someone else, you do to us all, and what you're doing to yourself, you're doing to us all. So we all need to do each other a favor and just learn how, finish the whole process of stress and trauma and stop allowing it to just absorb into our tissues. We're not processing it. We're trying to just go, 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 ignore our feelings, just be there for everyone else. And we don't give ourselves the chance to really finish the whole fight, flight, or freeze process that is our primal response. This is it is encoded in our DNA. But our overthinking mind and our modern society with all of our just responsibilities and everything forces us to just try to push through and ignore what is our primal responses. So I'm just going to briefly talk about some really interesting studies that I found done on animals, and to share a little bit of my experiences and my observations. And please reach out with questions. And I think this is a conversation that we all need to be having, and take some time and look inward and see where these traumas and stress are showing up for us. So in the animal world, say there is a possum and he's like possuming around doing his thing, and a coyote comes up, or maybe a pack of coyotes, and the possum sees the coyotes and he plays dead. Like, I'm dead, okay? So the coyote sniffs around and he's like, man, I don't want this, right? So leaves. And there was a video done of this whole event, and the possum starts shaking, shaking, shaking. As soon as the coyote leaves, the possum starts shaking, and they think, okay, maybe he's warming himself up or something, or he's trying to flip himself over or whatever. They slow down the tape, and the possum is actually running. He's completing the fight, flight, freeze. He's completing that whole process by running away. He's giving himself the experience of running away from the coyote. And we don't give ourselves this opportunity. We say that we are, hiking through the woods and a pack of wolves shows up. We're going to have that same fight, flight, or freeze response. And then as soon as the threat is gone, we're going to get a bunch of endorphins. We're going to feel better once we've gotten away and we're safe. What happens when that pack of wolves stays? When it just moves into your apartment? When now you are constantly afraid and you're in some kind of situation where you're stuck with this pack of wolves that is just snarling and giving you the fight, flight, or freeze response, but oh my God, I got to make breakfast, so I'm going to have to go into the kitchen and be with these wolves. Like, how do you deal with that? You're not giving your tissues, that primal part of our brain, we're not allowing it to like go through the process. And so we just like we stay in the fight, flight, or freeze, whatever, maybe you're doing all three, but usually typically one of those things is like your go-to. For me, it's typically flight. I'm usually just like, fine, I'm out of there. Like if something's I'll just leave, rather than try to fight about it or freeze up and just be like, okay, I'll just go along with it, right? I'm a flighter. So just kind of noticing what response you're having, and it's so hard to do that, right? It's so hard to start to observe these sort of things. And that's why we need tools to anchor us in these situations. It's almost as if like I'm asking you to just stand in shoulder deep water getting pummeled by waves with nothing to hold on to, right? Because to observe your stress and trauma response takes, it's so hard. So we really need tools. And the best tool is your breath, to just keep you in the present moment. Because what happens is our mind during these stressful events and traumatic events, and I'm obviously not saying like if you're in the middle of a life-threatening situation to do this. I'm just saying like if you're going up to get coffee at work and Judy is there, and you've got issues with Judy and your heart starts pounding and you're like, ugh, I don't want to talk to Judy. That sort of situation, okay? Not the, jump out of a moving car's way situation. And just observing what is the physical sensations that happen in you. You can just get real tense and tight and push through, and you just push through it because that's what we've been taught to do. But it's not getting us anywhere. So we really got to learn how to process this, and by utilizing the breath and by staying in the present moment instead of jumping ahead in time. So like you see Judy at the coffee station or whatever, and as you're going up there, your mind is playing like, how is this going to play out, right? Instead of you just breathing and taking steps and doing what you need to do in the present moment, we create all these stories, we create all this drama in our minds before we even get into the situation. So, yeah, just starting to become aware of these things and trying to create a space for ourselves to observe and to just stay in that present moment. And yeah, this is a huge topic. Obviously, I can blab on for a lot longer than 10 minutes but I'm going to stop because I am going to continue this in my group on Facebook called Empower Your Inner Healer. Every single Monday, I offer free guided meditations, and I'll just continue this discussion there. I also offer free essential oil classes on Facebook. So look me up, check out the links in the comments or in my profile to join in every Monday, free meditations, free breathwork classes. I hope to see you there. My name is Jen Hyla. I'm a speaker, a writer, a wellness coach, and a doTERRA rep. So reach out anytime with questions, and until next time, be well.